And then he said, I noticed you're always all by yourself.
So you came to meet you in church? Or
Yes,
okay, right.
like after a fellowship.
Right.
Like, you're always all by yourself, things like that. Hope you're good, you know. So I said yes. So he said he was going to come to my house the next day.
Right. Had you ever done that before?
No,
right.
no.
So it was because he said he wanted to find out more about why you were quiet?
Yes, he just wanted to sort of know more about me, things like that. Because we were always going to church. I guess people sensed something was wrong, like in terms of family. Maybe we didn't even have money, things like that. But we never opened up to anyone. We would just take care of our own business. There were days we would go to church, no food, but then we'll go back home and sort out issues, you know. So the next day, he came to my house in the morning, and then my mom was in the kitchen. So I told my mom that, my pastor is here. He came in, he greeted my mom, and then I told my mom that, my pastor says he's going to buy some things on Taiwo Road, that I should just accompany him, you know. So I remember that particular day, my mom was like, Sola, which one is this one now? She said it in Yoruba. I was not like, Mommy, it's my pastor now. I'm like, there's nothing, you know. So my mom said, okay, no problem, greeted him. As in, my mom saw that, he left with me. So he was driving a white Mercedes-Benz here, like the old, I don't know the model, but old white Mercedes-Benz. And that was where we sort of started interacting. And he started talking, like, you don't say things, you're always quiet, what's wrong, you know. So he was talking, I want to be a spiritual father to you. So at that point, even though in my world, I'm always very mindful of people around me. Like when I was small, because when I was like 10, one of my dad's drivers just looked at me one way. I slapped the man. Like, why are you looking at me like that, you know? So immediately I was about to just put up a guard, you know, but then he was just able to like just break it. I just want to be like the father, somebody you can always interact with. And then really, I didn't have like a good relationship with my dad.
He was always traveling, you say? He was not always at home?
Yes, at home. And then my sisters were all busy running their own lives, and I had my fears of all this thing of, you're about to enter university. There's a whole lot for you to know about this new environment. It really I felt stifled in a way, you know, and I was a bit glad, like, I have someone to interact with. So it wasn't that particular conversation that made me to open up to him, but it was more like within me, I just felt relaxed, like, okay, you know. He just talked, and he went to buy what he wanted to buy. He dropped me back home. Then after some days again, he came to my house that, okay, he was going, because the church was about to move from that particular location to another location that is like Wonderland, that's where they call it. So we would go to that site to go and see. So he took me that particular day again to go and see that place. We just talked that he's doing this. He just wants me to be talking to someone. And meanwhile, all these interactions, he asked me one time, do you have a boyfriend? I was like, no, I don't have a boyfriend. I'm a virgin, like nothing. And he was like, oh, that's really good. That just keep yourself, you know, don't listen to all these people, even all these church boys and church choir members. So it was good. It felt like good advice, definitely. So
felt like someone who was supporting you, and who was you know, listening to you,
and concerned about me as well, you know. So it sort of just, I became relaxed, like nothing, until a particular day, which was a Monday. I remember the previous day was a Sunday service, and because there was no telephone, no mobile phone.
This was before GSM.
Yes. I didn't know, and he came to my house. Meanwhile, my house then was, the gates opened. The living room is where you just knock the door and someone will come downstairs and open the door. And this time my mom had traveled with my younger sister. It was just myself and one of my elder sister that was at home, and my house, like a duplex, was a duplex so big that if you're in a room upstairs down, you won't know what's going on downstairs, things like that. So I came down normally the way I come down, it was like 6:30 to 7. It was pretty early.
Right.
I was still in my nightwear. I was wearing a gown, my nightwear. And I heard the knock. Who is that? Pastor Abiodun. I was first of all like, I couldn't say anything, like, what's this time? So early? But immediately I just opened the door. It just pushed me. He didn't say anything. He didn't utter any word. He just pushed me to one of the chairs in my living room, and I saw him like he was removing his belt. So I was like, what? He just said, keep quiet, do what I want you to do, and you'll be fine. So at this point, really, a whole lot was just going on in my head, because it was more like someone that had put up here that I felt was really, really concerned about me. I had already filled him in the place of like a father that could speak to me, guide me. He was there about to do something I did not believe. And then when I was just about to react, he just covered my mouth. And when he covered my mouth, it was just like, Busola, listen to me and you'll be fine. Just do what I want you to do. I didn't struggle. I just left him, and he brought out his pennies, and I was wearing a nice gown. I was wearing pants, pulled down my pants, and that was how he found difficulty to enter, but he just kept, I was like grunting, I would cry, I was just doing a whole lot of mixed feelings and all that, and he eventually penetrated, even blood dropped on the floor. And at that point, he finished what he wanted to do. He had an orgasm and he zipped up. He left me there. I just sat on the floor and he went out. So when he went out, sorry, just hold on a minute.
So take your time. Take your time. Take your time.
Because the thing, this particular time, as it looks like something that just happened, like an event, but a whole lot are damaged within me. As in, I don't even know how to define it. A whole lot. He entered his car.